So I had the opportunity, scratch that, I actually painted a mural a few months back at this point that was centered around everything that was happening with the police and race relations in the country. Yeah, it got a good amount of attention in my city. It was on the news, a lot of different news outlets and paper, and just got a lot of attention. It was well received, which was cool to an extent. Obviously, if you do anything that has any sort of message to it, you're gonna rub some people the wrong way. But I tried to do things in a composed, holistic manner. If that makes sense. But you'll see the piece. It got picked up by PBS, which is pretty cool. And they wanted to do a story on it. Obviously, with everything happening with coronavirus, we weren't able to do like anything in person, so it was a digital interview, virtual interview. The interview was just me standing in front of the mural, and then the interviewer asking me questions, and then got some montage clips. But yeah, here's the interview. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the wall, the project, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Later.
I kind of feel that there's a big portion of the country or the world that doesn't really understand why people are responding the way that they are. Obviously, like everything that happened with George Floyd, I think everyone is in agreement that that was a terrible incident. People are questioning and not really understanding why the reaction has been so strong. And so I decided to include like imagery to kind of illustrate the point that this is something that has been brewing for that much time. And this was not one singular event, but just another event in like a long history, the straw that broke the camel's back, if you will. I have multiple images from a lot of different time periods, from marches in the 60s to Jackie Robinson, Harriet Tubman. She's probably the oldest person on the wall. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. I think everyone can agree that people like Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, like all those people were important figures in civil rights and just in the history of this country in general. And so, more or less, when you include those types of images, people are going to respect what they did and what they represent, and it kind of drop someone's guard or like help them get into the conversation. If you come on too strong and you're too abrasive, people put their guards up. People get defensive naturally. And so I think anytime you want to try to have any sort of mature conversation or get anywhere with anyone as far as like a point of view or a mindset, you have to do it gentle, in a sense, with imagery, with wording. And so that was kind of a goal. I didn't want to come off like too abrasive, too strong, or too didactic with like the imagery.
My writing's getting better, slowly but surely.
And so, yeah, I think that's something that I try to carry throughout my work, is just to be direct enough to draw you in, and then once you're like comfortable, then you could start asking those tougher questions. In my experience, the way to just grow as a person, and whether that's your mindset or the way you view things, is on like a person-to-person basis and having conversations with one another. All right, this is Maud Aubrey, who was running. I think a lot of people have seen the video. He was running in his neighborhood and got gunned down. We got Colin Kaepernick, George Floyd, obviously right here, Breonna Taylor, and throughout there's just like wording, different visuals. This is that iconic image from a civil rights walk that the dog was attacking. Yeah, and then there's this wording. It says "overcome," and it's visible when you take a flash photo at night. Then the words come out, so you're literally like shining light on the issue. From afar, when you're driving by west on Central, you see like this big fist, and the goal with this piece in general is to draw you in. So when you get close to it, you can see more of the details, more of the faces, more of the conversation, which is kind of how life is. You know, from afar, from a distance, most people that look different from you, it's almost like you have nothing in common with them, and they're like almost not human in a sense. And the more like you're in proximity with people, the more you kind of relate to what they're going through and their experience. And so the goal for this was to, again, draw people in and get them to see a different perspective and have conversation. And then going back to full circle to be a catalyst for actual change.